It is here. A domino has dropped.
Yeah, 3 years, $123 million.
I don't know how to take that line leading up to it.
$108 million.
Why isn't T.J. Watt
guaranteed? It puts T.J. Watt as the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history. $41 million a year he's going to get, so they tack on another 3 years. And,
which is what, $1 million more or $100,000 more than?
I think
I think it's $1 million more.
Yeah,
right?
$1 million
more
than Miles.
Is it Miles? Okay, all right.
So,
which you know what that means?
Yeah, we got.
Who's next up?
You got to believe
Say
that.
his name, LaVar.
Yeah, you got to believe, because I don't think Hendrickson is going to get that type of contract. So I don't think Dallas has to wait anymore. Like now Micah Parsons can get his deal done.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
But now the question: who did that? Who did that? Now I think the question now becomes: is it like 41 point, 1 or 41
No,
point?
I bet he gets $1 million more.
You think $1 million more?
Those are rookie numbers.
Okay, so do you think the Bengals, in seeing this deal, looked at it and were like, "That's awesome"? Like, literally, not even a thought. Like,
I think the Bengals
will never go near that number.
That's absolutely true.
That's
cool. Hold on.
They're not going near there.
LaVar, actually, and you backed him on this, Jonas. LaVar made the case yesterday that he thinks Jerry Jones wants to say, hey, boys, I'm paying the most defensive play, the most money for the defensive play in the league, the non-quarterback. I'm paying him the most.
Yes.
That might
you guys co-signed on that.
That might be a little out of context, though. I mean, I'm
not
not saying he's waiting to say that.
Well,
I just don't think he wants to have to be the one that has to say he did it where he knows he has to. That's all.
Well, all I'm saying is the Cincinnati Bengals are the exact opposite.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
That organization.
That we can agree on.
To Jonas's point. What was that? What was that they just drove by? Was that TJ Watt's deal? Yeah, we're not hopping on that.
He's like, ha, way to go.
We don't use the HOV lane. We'll stay right here in this one.
Like, they are the Rob Parker of the NFL. Like Rob Parker, who brings his own tea bags.
Rob Parker.
To Super Bowl week, and they're not even like name brand tea bags. They're store brand signature select from Ralph's or Albertsons or Piggly Wiggly. And it's because he doesn't want to spend money on actual tea bags. That's the Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm a woman.
They have no interest. They have no interest in matching that deal.
But all seriousness, if you're Hendrickson, what are you going to do? Like, that's got to be the biggest question here. What is he going to do?
Retire?
Why would you retire when you can make a lot of money? Like, okay, resign to the fact that you're not going to get that money from the Cincinnati Bengals. They're not going to trade him. Do you think they trade him? Who does the trade? Who does the trade?
Well, they gave him a chance to go seek a trade, and nobody
moved.
Yeah, nobody budged.
Okay, so you don't have the opportunity to go seek a trade. I mean, is it messed up to say at some point you got to say, I'm not going to get this type of money in the market? I'll get as close. He can get into the 30s, right?
Yeah, he can get close to it. I mean,
he can get into the 30s.
The tough part about his position now is you would have thought if something was going to happen, it would have happened earlier this year where there's a bit more cap space. Teams are spending a lot of money. But, again, we kind of talk about like deadlines do deals. You always hear that phrase. In this case, look, he's under contract, and it's the last year of his deal. He's scheduled to make, 15.8, as far as his salary this year, which is grossly underpaid. Considering how productive he's been the past 2 years, but he's 31. And we've keep talking about that age 30 number and what that means for players as they move forward. Greater injury risk, lack of production tends to kind of fall off. So that's that kind of that point in time where teams want to, not necessarily have to shell out a ton of money. So I think as we get close to the season, he'll get traded for, and obviously if that team trades for him, they know that like he's being traded to show up and get paid more than whatever the Bengals are paying him. I think the tough thing for the Bengals is that if they were going to replace him, which they have with their first-round pick in Shamar Stewart, They should have done whatever trade deal was on the table before the draft, because that's where you had the most leverage. Now that you already have his replacement, it looks kind of tough. And on top of that, teams are looking at you thinking, well, you're kind of desperate because not only have you not signed this guy to extension, but your first round rookie, draft pick has not even signed his deal. He hasn't been there at all. So it becomes a very difficult situation all the way around for Hendrickson, purely because of the size of these deals that the Bengals can't pay. And then the fact of his age and factoring in other pieces of it, and really the Bengals and where they're at, where they don't have to move on from him yet. I mean, and he's under contract, so they can fine him and they can, do whatever they need to do to try to entice him to come back and play under the contract that he's currently playing on.
In the same offseason, Max Crosby signed one for $35 million a year, and now we've just seen T.J. Watt sign one for $41 million.
It's going to be closer to Max.
So we've literally in the same offseason. That was like 2 months ago.
Honestly speaking, I think Cincinnati's going to try to get it for less than 35. I think it'll be in the 30s, but it's going to be less than 35. It's going to be, what does Hendrickson want to do? But I think that, again, back to the original point, now the stage is set. Now Jerry Jones can go ahead. He knows what he has to pay. He can go to Micah's representation and say, here's the market. Here it is. Like, let's get the deal done. I wouldn't be surprised if Micah Parsons' deal drops today or like in the next couple days. Today, tomorrow, Monday. I wouldn't be surprised.
So that they're waiting on TJ then, is what you're saying.
I believe so. I said it yesterday.
Okay.
I believe so. I do not think that they wanted to put themselves.
You said he wasn't waiting, that he wasn't looking either. It was just going to smack him in the face.
You are. I almost called you a name on live radio.
Yeah, why not? Let him
why are you so stuck on that line? Like, Micah. First of all, I'm talking about Jerry Jones, not Micah Parsons, and I stand 10 toes down on the fact that Micah Parsons is not looking for a contract. The contract is coming to him. And Jerry Jones was most likely waiting for TJ Watt to get his deal done. And I don't think that Jerry Jones would want it to be out there that the Pittsburgh Steelers did a better deal with TJ Watt than he did with Micah Parsons, knowing the conversations and the players, as we mentioned, that you have to make comparisons to as it applies to Micah Parsons. I stand on that.
You mentioned Jerry Jones. He actually was asked what he wants out of the Micah Parsons extension. Let's take a listen.
I want me some glory hole.
I mean,
again, you guys are a-holes.
No, I don't
man.
know what that
Go
means.
to break. Go to break, man.
Y'all,
you know what?
I don't have the patience to jack with you today.
I don't either. I'm with Jerry. Jerry, maybe you and I should do the show.
I don't know what that means.
So Q wants to keep talking about Micah waiting on a contract. You sitting here talking about Jerry on some glory hole. Y'all acting like my stepbrothers that I want to kick out of the house. The slumber party is over. I don't want y'all here anymore. I'm taking my Sega Genesis. Y'all need to go home, man.
I think you're touching on something that I've come to learn over the years, and this is where I'm like out of touch with it because I'm just I grew up in a middle class family in the Midwest. Is I know some people who are like wealthy, and they will brag about like bets they've lost or money they've lost
because
on
of how much
things.
it is. That they get to say
but
it is.
Exactly. So it like puts them in a category of like, oh yeah. And it's like, okay. And this actually falls in that category then. If you're telling me that you think he's going to kind of brag, if you will, about paying Micah Parsons more than any other player in the league.
I don't know that he's going to brag about it. I just know that he doesn't want to have to be in a situation where somebody else did a bigger deal for the same position.
We know this. Someone eventually will. I don't know who that player is. But we always know that, like,
it doesn't need to be at the same time. Right. It doesn't need to be and weeks apart, days apart.
I don't think it bothers him if he ends up paying more than he could have 2 months prior. I don't think it bothers him at all. I think I've always thought it's like a fashionably late tax. Like he's okay
Given
with
how
it.
cheap you are, that's shocking to hear you say.
Well, because he's talking about someone other than himself.
Oh, this isn't me.
If he was talking about himself, it'd be much different.
Yeah, please.